This concept is the only reason why you're going to even be able to be fluid and coordinated in the first place. Without this, it's not even possible. Very, very, very few players are even able to do this drill itself. If you can do it, you'll transform your shiftiness, your fluidity, and especially your coordination. So in order to be coordinated and fluid, we need to actually disengage from the ball and stop dribbling so much. Instead, we need to focus on our feet and what's known as low-level plyometrics. So starting out, you're just gonna have your feet in a shoulder-width stance, not super wide, but just a little bit more underneath you. And all you're doing is 4 taps going outward. So instead of going just up and down, you're gonna be going in a diagonal direction. So this foot's gonna be going this way, and this back leg's gonna be going this way. So as I do this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. As soon as I land on that third or that fourth tap, I'm immediately coming back to my shoulder width stance, and then switching sides and automatically going back into this. All this is doing, helping us have better fluidity and better rhythm with our feet and tying in with our body, and so we can have better coordination in general. This is just simply some of the stuff that basketball players are not doing enough of. Now, this is the infamous icky shuffle that you've all seen when doing lateral drills. It helps with general coordination. It's not gonna make you quicker, but it helps immediately with that fluidity and that coordination. So all you're gonna do here, just line up with your left leg outside, make sure you're balancing on it, have your right leg up, and as soon as you do this, you're gonna have 2 taps. 1, 2, as soon as you land back on that left leg, you're sticking on this opposite leg and then going back in that exact same rhythm, going continuously both ways. This footwork can be kind of confusing, so make sure you go slow at first, really making sure you get the coordination and the fluidity of it. And then once you've gotten it, go fast for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then when you're really good at it, do it for maybe for about 30 seconds max. So dribble skips are one of my favorite exercises for being able to get more coordinated and fluid because 1, it combines the ball, and then 2, our footwork, which is something not a lot of players actually know how to do, which can be a very, very, very serious cheat code to getting more fluid and coordinated. So starting out, if you don't know how to skip, let's just break down the skip itself. All it is you're having a foot in front, and it's every single time you jump up in the air, you're just following a leg coming directly back after you. To make sure now you feel nice and poppy off the ground. And as you do this, every single time your foot hits, the ball will hit at the exact same time. So if I do this, ball and foot hit, ball and foot hit, ball and foot hit, ball and foot hit, ball and foot hit. You wanna make sure you have nice fluid coordination when doing this whole drill itself. And after you've gotten the rhythm of the skip and the dribble, make sure you mix up your combos. So you can do a V dribble, a dribble between, V dribble behind. Make sure you get nice and creative with your dribbles and make sure you're always maintaining that ball and foot timing as well as a nice fluid skip. Now for the lateral turn dribble, we're working on that lateral shuffle that we did with the icky shuffle originally, but now we're just applying it to a dribble concept. So as you're doing this, you wanna make sure you're always following this exact same shuffle pattern the entire time. You're never crossing over, you're never having a back leg, you're always staying with that shuffle by having a foot replace the other foot. When I come here, you wanna make sure that every single time you're shuffling, you're never ever coming to a stop after a combo. You always maintain consistent movement so you can be nice, fluid, and coordinated. This is a drill that not a lot of players do because it's hard to do, but if you start doing it, it can change your whole game. So this is gonna be probably one of the harder drills to do in this entire workout because it maintains a lot of slow to fast action, which is something a lot of players struggle with. So if you can get this down, you'll be golden when it comes to being very fluid and coordinated. So as you do this drill, you wanna make sure that when you're doing any type of fast combo that we're doing here, it's gonna be 2 dribble combo. It could be a cross, between, behind, whatever you wanna do. Directly after that fast combo, you're immediately getting into a slow and controlled pocket or float dribble. You wanna make sure that when you do this, you're slow and controlled, really floating that ball, making sure your hand is not underneath, but more so on the side of the ball, so you're pocketing it instead of carrying it. This concept is the only reason why you're gonna even be able to be fluid and coordinated in the first place. Without this, it's not even possible. So being able to float and have a pocketing of the ball is gonna allow you to be able to move in space because if my hand is on top of the ball, I'm not able to move because it would fall out of my hand. But versus if it's on the side without carrying, I'm able to move and manipulate and move while in space while maintaining a live dribble. Very, very, very few players are even able to do this drill itself. I've been around a lot of pros and a lot of college guys and a lot of high school athletes. Very, very few of them are able to do this drill. And if you can do it, you'll transform your shiftiness, your fluidity, and especially your coordination. Now, one of the biggest mistakes when you're doing this drill is actually not going into what's known as internal hip rotation. Internal hip rotation is simply when you get for instance, your knees here to internally rotate towards your opposite side of your body. Instead, a lot of players will do this and they'll reach down like this. Anything when it comes to their joints or anything when it comes to their hips do not move at all and they stay very stationary and stiff. So you wanna make sure when you're doing this drill the entire time, you're shifting and internally rotating these legs, making sure that almost all your weight is on the side that you're going to, and there's almost no weight on this opposite leg that internally rotates. If you put weight on this leg that internally rotates, you're at the risk of tearing an MCL or even your ACL. So make sure you're nice and fluid and have less weight on your opposite knee and more weight on the leg that you're going towards. Now, the reason why this drill is so good for your shiftiness, your fluidity, and your coordination is to shift your defender and access parts of your body that a lot of players don't have access to. Okay, now Just kidding. Make sure you like and comment 4 taps down below so we can get to our last few exercises, and it really helps the algorithm. So please make sure to go do that right now. So for the open drop, this is a very important move to have because this helps you accelerate past your defender and get to a certain stance that's very efficient for your movement, your coordination, and especially your fluidity. So when doing this, you're gonna make sure that whatever hand you have it in, so if I have it in my left hand, you make sure that as soon as you pound the ball, as soon as you pound your left leg compared to with your left hand and your back right leg are gonna split into this. You wanna always make sure you have the same front leg and same hand at the exact same time. And make sure that when you drop and your back leg hits on the side of your foot, allowing you to use your hip and your glute so you can blow past your defender with more power and more force. So again, make sure that when you're dribbling, as soon as you dribble and get that ball back up to your waist, into your pocket, you're gonna split your feet, make sure you have your same hand, your same foot being aligned with each other, and then make sure that back leg is going on the side of the foot, allowing you to use your glute and your hip to blow past your defender with more force and more power. Toe taps are a very, very controversial drill. I get comments all the time saying, travel this, carry this, oh, this is illegal. Trust me, it is not a carry, it is not a travel. As long as you have proper foot placement, you're maintaining a live dribble and have the ball spin in your hand while having it on the side and not under, you're completely fine, you're completely legal. Now this foot can be quite challenging, so you wanna make sure that you do it without the ball first and make sure you just master the shuffles and the taps. So when you're doing this, you're almost like getting into a defensive shuffle, but instead of shuffling, having bigger strides, you wanna make sure that you have more condensed and smaller taps. So as you can see, I'm tapping my feet and still going lateral and still having a shuffle pattern, but I'm not extending my strides too long. And lastly, the most important thing when getting into this move is making sure that the ball stays rotating in your hand the entire time and you're never palming it or having to be stagnant. This allows you to still move with the ball while maintaining that live dribble without ever coming to a control to where the refs can think, oh, he's not in control, the ball's not moving. In that case, it's a stop dribble and it can be a travel or a carry. If you liked any of them, such as the floor taps, maybe even the toe taps, the open drop, whatever you liked, if you can post on your Instagram of you doing that drill, tagging us in the description saying IWH Basketball or in your story, have the opportunity to even post you and even mention you in our story so you can get some recognition for that. And until next time, if you have any other workouts or any type of drills that you want us to do or maybe even break down, all you need to do is just comment in this video down below. Maybe go DM me, maybe go comment on my social platforms. Just tell me what workout you want to do and we'll make sure we get to that workout as soon as you can. Until next time, I'll see you around.